Hi there. Thank you for tuning in to Town Meeting TV's ongoing coverage of Town Meeting Day 2026. My name is Bobby Lucier. This program is part of a series of candidate forums and ballot presentations that Town Meeting TV is hosting in advance of Town Meeting Day, which is on Tuesday, March 3rd. These forums are made possible by Town Meeting TV's generous underwriters. Thank you so much to these folks. You can find all of our forums at cctv.org/TMD2026, or you can head over to our YouTube channel where we have some auto-generated captions on each video, and we also ask that you click subscribe to our channel to stay tuned to local democracy. On tonight's program, I'm here with McHugh Devitt, who is running unopposed for a 2-year seat on the Williston Selectboard. McHugh, thanks so much for joining us.
Thank you for having me. This is a wonderful opportunity to speak with the constituents in Williston, so thank you.
Absolutely. Thanks so much for being here. We've prepared a list of questions that you've received, and you'll have about 90 seconds to answer each one. And if you're tuning in and you live in Williston and you'd like to ask a question of McHugh Devitt here, we welcome your questions. 802-862-3966. We'll be on for the next 20 minutes or so, and we can put you right on air and get your question here to our candidate, McHugh Devitt. So let's jump in. Let's get started. Maybe a 1-minute opening statement. Tell us a little bit about why you love Williston and why you want to serve on the select board.
That's great, thank you. So I have lived in Williston now for 11 years almost. My wife and I moved to Williston from Burlington. I started my career at UVM in 2004, and the year after that I met my wife at a laundromat in South Burlington, and we got married and started raising a family in Burlington, and our house was a little too small, so we moved out to Williston for the space and also for the rural component of the town. And so I really love the community. It's really amazing. We have 4 kids now, and so I have a 15-year-old who really loves the Growth Center, and I really love the aspect of an active lifestyle, going to Catamount, the park, and just being able to Nordic ski in the winter and running in the summer, and so it's just really wonderful. And the people in the town are really terrific. I have a lot of friendships with people who I am going to be leaning on hopefully as a select board member, and getting their input about the best way forward for Williston.
Great, thank you so much, McHugh. We'll start off with a question about the town budget. So the question here: do you support the proposed town budget? $17 million represents an increase of a little under 7%, about $6 increase on the median home tax compared to last year. Do you support the town budget?
I do. I do support the town budget. I think it is a step in the right direction. I know that it is a lot, that is an increase, and it's challenging for people. It's 6.75% increase from last year. But if you consider the breakdown, 75% of it is mostly for either public service or public works. So we have 50% going towards fire, rescue, and police, and EMT. And then we also have 16% going to public works, and then on top of that, 10% goes to the library, which I am strongly in favor of. So I trust in our town manager, Eric Wells, and I also trust in our select board members. I think they've created a budget. They've worked really hard towards making it workable for the town. And on top of that, everything's transparent down to the penny. So if you don't agree with the budget, you can educate yourself and find it online and figure out where you see any discrepancies.
So anything you would have changed about the budget, or any gripes that you have about specific things? I know you support it overall.
Yeah.
It sounds like you're voting yes on it, but
yeah, not really. No, I agree with it overall.
Great. Let's talk about the school budget now. The school taxes represent a large part of the Williston taxpayers' bill, separate from the town budget.
Right.
Champlain Valley School District has proposed a school budget of almost $108 million. So that'll be on the ballot as well this town meeting day. Do you support the school budget?
I do. I support the school budget as well. I was able to listen to the superintendent, Adam Bunting, about his talk, and he had a quote about kind of the negative narrative that surrounds education, and you know when we're hit with a budget like this, it's very challenging. It makes you question, you know, what are my kids getting from the school? But I really trust in Adam Bunting. I really trust in our educators. I have 4 kids. 1 is at CVU. I have 2 at Williston Central and 1 at Allenbrook School. So I am completely invested in the school program here, and I have full confidence that this is the budget that's going to work for us as a community.
Thanks, McHugh. On that note, reflecting back to last year, Williston voters have made their thoughts known by rejecting recent budgets and ballot items. So what are you hearing from voters about the most pressing issues for Williston residents right now?
I'm definitely hearing a lot of grumbling, for sure, about both the town budget and the school budget. And, you know, the voter impact, I mean, democracy allows us to express our opinions and our voice. So it's really important for people to come out and vote on town meeting day. I really hope, I cross my fingers that the school budget can get passed the first time around. I remember when I was in high school that our school budget failed multiple times, and it's just kind of a devastating feeling. And it's you know, something that I feel like, you know, our students deserve that support, you know. So yeah, I agree with it.
Okay, so you're a yes on the town budget, a yes on the school budget.
Yeah.
We've also got a couple questions on the ballot in addition to those.
Right.
We've got let's start with the library bond. That's Article 6. So how are you voting on that one and why?
So I am a friend of the library. That means that I volunteer when I can, when I have some free time, particularly when we do our 4th of July book sale. I help organize the books into different categories, and then we have a big sale during our 4th of July festivities at the town. And the library is a very important part of my life and my family's life. So when I moved with my wife and two of our kids, the third one was on the way, you know, we went to the library all the time, and I would bring the kids to events, you know, for sing-alongs or whatever it was. And so the library is just, I feel like it's a really important part of our community. And so I completely support this. The last time the library got a renovation was in 1998. So it's in dire need of a renovation. And the plans that have been created over the past 3 years are really wonderful. And I think it's going to be a really amazing component of our town and our town's character. So I do support it wholeheartedly.
Great. The next ballot question is about the creation of an emergency medical training reserve fund. So where do you stand on that?
I do support that as well. I think it's really important to have our employees, our town employees, trained at their full capacity, and this is something that that is part of reserve funding. So it's I believe it's outside of the town budget that it's supported. The financing is supported outside of the budget. So it's something that is necessary for our EMT members.
Great. Moving on to Article 8 on the ballot, we've also got a half-cent towards the town's environmental reserve fund, and that would be approved annually. That's Article 8 on the ballot. Do you support that ballot initiative?
I do as well. So this is something that has been taken out of the town budget and is voted on separately, so the voters get to decide whether they want to include this. And it has over the majority of support from our town. 60% of Willistonians believe that the environment is a really important aspect of our town. So this Environmental Reserve Fund goes towards conservation of undeveloped land. We have the 30-50 program, which would be to conserve 30% of the land in Williston by the year 2050. So it's a goal that can be achievable, but we need to keep funding that the Environmental Reserve Fund each year. So I do support that.
Thank you. The next question, and I think this is the last question on the ballot here, is regarding the elimination of the office of elected lister and moving the duties of the elected lister to the town assessor. That's Article 9. So how are you voting on that question?
I do support that as well. The town assessor, I think, can handle the responsibilities of the listers. And I have full confidence in one of the listers one of the current listers, who is Terry McCaig, who is one of the most knowledgeable community members in the town of Williston. He would be the last to tell you that, but he agrees with this as well. So this is something that I will vote for.
Great, thanks so much. So that's everything on the ballot. It sounds like you're a yes down the line. Is that true? Okay.
That's true.
Let's talk now. Let's shift to ICE, Immigration and Customs Enforcement in Williston. So the Select Board recently passed a resolution opposing current ICE activities in Williston and in Vermont. Many protests recently have focused on the ICE facility at Taft's Corners. So what are your thoughts on this resolution and on the protest?
Well, when I read the article about the Select Board making that decision, I really felt like the town was speaking to the way I was feeling about what was going on with ICE. And, because a lot of it just kind of seemed disconnected. You hear the news stories, you hear about Renee Good and Alex Preddy, and you just feel so overwhelmed. And so the town to step out and do this was really remarkable. I thought that was a wonderful thing. I'll tell you, Bobby, the UVM students protested on January 30th, and I joined them, and I walked down College Street. And it was amazing, because a lot of these protests that we see on Industrial Ave involved our older community members, which is wonderful, but you don't really see the younger generation. And half of College Street was filled with students, protesting what has been going on with ICE. And I think that it's something that our town can speak out about, and our state can speak out about, because you see them in Maine, you see them in Idaho, and who knows when they might come here to Vermont. And our country is founded on immigrants, and they shouldn't be dehumanized in this way. So I believe strongly in what the Select Board decided to do.
We're speaking with McHugh Devitt, who is a candidate for the Williston Select Board, a 2-year term on the Select Board, and you're running unopposed. And let's shift now to talk about development in Williston. Can you identify a current development project in Williston that you're proud of and that contributes to the town's sustainable economic growth?
That's a great question. So my wife is from Underhill. I'm not originally from Vermont. I'm from southern New York, Orange County. But she remembers coming to Williston to go skating at the now defunct skate park that was there, indoor skating, rollerblading, or not, yeah. And there was a movie theater there as well. And but everything else was just farmland, So she's seen through her lifetime, the expansion. And for me, it's much more recent. But from 2015, when I moved there with my family, I've seen an incredible amount of growth as well. So as a member of the Select Board, I'll strive towards, development. The Growth Center needs to be developed, but in a positive way that's going to encourage mobility, especially for pedestrians and for bicyclists. But the project in particular that I'm most proud of from this town is actually the town plan that they came up with. So it's not really a brick and mortar kind of project. It's more of this town plan that they spent a number of years working on, and it's an amazing document, and it's for 2025. They just approved it, the Select Board, in August 2025, and it's for until 2033. So it creates this vision for the future that is really important for the town, and I'm really encouraged by the town plan and what it sets forth.
Thanks, McHugh. Let's switch over to some challenges now. What do you see as the biggest challenges facing the community of Williston, and how would you use your seat on the Select Board to address these issues? And you spoke about this a little bit with the plan, but what is your vision for the future of Williston?
So yeah, a little bit more with the plan. They have 3 words that they use for each of the chapters, and it's livable, resilient, and equitable. So those 3 words are very important throughout the document, and I feel like those 3, I mean, they hit it right on the dot. Those 3 words are really important for the challenges that the town faces. First of all, with making the town livable, we have the challenge of affordability and having enough housing for people to live there and to be able to afford to live there. Our town is about 10,000 residents, but we also get an additional 10,000 people from outside of town come into work at all our stores and restaurants, and a number of those people who commute to our town can't afford to live in Williston. So it would be wonderful if we could attract them to the town to live here in the village and then be able to, walk to their job or bike to their job and avoid, the use of transportation. That would help with climate change and things like that. So that's one of the challenges. And then resilience, we need to think about climate change and the hazards that the climate change is presenting with us, flooding, and so our town is really proactive in that way, thinking about wastewater and thinking about wetlands. So that's another challenge that I think our town is addressing. And then equitable, which goes along with the lack of affordable housing and just making opportunities for individuals who want to live in Williston to hopefully have opportunities for them to do so.
So McHugh, you're running unopposed, so in all likelihood you'll be on the Williston Select Board in a little bit. Let's talk about how you're going to connect with constituents as a candidate and an elected official. How do you gather input and balance differing perspectives from your constituents, and how do you ensure that you're hearing from a wide range of voices and not just the loudest ones?
Well, this by deciding to run for the Williston Select Board, it's kind of given me the opportunity to speak with strangers, which I have a tendency to do anyway, but now I have this reason for, to really get involved, this civic engagement, and to speak with people. So a lot of my kids are involved with a lot of different sports. So on the sidelines, I try to speak with as many parents as I can to get their opinions about the town budget and the school budget and how they see the town. And hopefully as a select board member, if I'm elected, I want to be their voice. I want to be accessible to all 10,000 residents of Williston, and to listen to them and hear what's on their mind and what they think can be improved for the town. So Front Porch Forum is a great way to do that. Participating here as well is a good way to get my message out. I don't really do social media too much anymore because of the negativity that is spread throughout there, but I think just, speaking with people in person would be the greatest way. So I'm going to be looking at library events. I'm going to be looking at, social events, looking at the Rotary or the Lions Club to see if I can meet with the members and speak with them as well.
Great. McHugh Devitt is a candidate for Williston Select Board, running unopposed for a 2-year seat. McHugh, thanks so much for coming in to talk about the issues tonight.
Thank you, Bobby.
Appreciate it. And thank you for tuning in to Town Meeting TV's ongoing coverage of local candidates, budgets, and ballot items. You can find this forum and many more at cctv.org/TMD2026. And don't forget to cast your ballot on or before March 3rd, and then you can tune into Town Meeting TV's results recap show that evening, right as soon as the polls close. Thank you so much for watching and sharing Town Meeting TV.